December 22nd, 1944, south of Bastogne, Belgium. Lieutenant Helmuth Henke walked up the Arlon Road under 2 white flags, with a folder under his arm. Henke spoke English. "We are parlementaires," he said. "I want to see the commanding officer of this section." The German forces around Bastogne were the XL-70 Panzer Corps, under General der Panzertruppe Heinrich Freiherr von Luttwitz, the 26th Volksgrenadier Division under General Major Heinz Kockert, and Panzer Lehr under General Lieutenant Fritz Bayerlein. Inside, the 101st Airborne Division was cut off. Brigadier General Anthony, the 100th. McAuliffe was acting commander because Maxwell Taylor was back in the United States. The paper Henke carried had been drawn up under von Luttwitz. "The fortune of war is changing," it said. It stated that American forces in and near Bastogne had been encircled by strong German armored units. It offered one way out: the honorable surrender of the encircled town. If the Americans refused, the note promised total annihilation. It said 1 German artillery corps and 6 heavy anti-aircraft battalions were ready. It gave 2 hours. Henke and Major Wagner were received in the Kessler Farm sector, held by Company F, 327th Glider Infantry Regiment, PFC Leo Palmer, with a Browning automatic rifle. Staff Sergeant Carl E. Dickinson, Technical Sergeant Oswald Y. Butler, PFC Ernest the 500th, Premetz, a medic who spoke German. The message went up the chain: Major Alvin Jones, Lieutenant Colonel Ned Moore, finally, the headquarters of the 101st Airborne. McAuliffe first asked whether the Germans wanted to surrender. When he understood it was the other way around, he said, "Us surrender? Oh, nuts." That was not a staff paper. It was not a counter-proposal. It was the first American reaction. McAuliffe then asked what answer should be sent back. Lieutenant Colonel Harry W.O. Kinnard, the Division G3, answered, "That first remark of yours would be hard to beat." McAuliffe asked what he meant. "Sir, you said nuts." Everyone agreed. Sergeant Tom Bruff typed it. December 22nd, 1944, to the German commander, NUTS, the American commander. At 2 p.m., Colonel Joseph H. Bud Harper delivered the paper to Henke at the Company F command post. Henke read it. "Is that reply negative or affirmative?" he asked. Harper answered, "The reply is decidedly not affirmative." Then Harper added, "If you continue this foolish attack, your losses will be tremendous." Henke asked again, "What does that mean?" Harper explained that it meant the same as "go to hell." Premetz translated it into German. "Du kannst zum Teufel gehen," Henke answered. "We will kill many Americans. This is war." The Germans saluted very formally and walked away. Von Luttwitz had sent a document built out of rank, firepower, and time. McAuliffe answered with 1 word of American street language. A joke had become an official military reply. After the war, General Major Heinz Kockert described how the news reached the German side. News arrived from Corps to the effect that the commander in charge of the Bastogne forces had declined a surrender with remarkable brevity. That was a German general's phrase for nuts. Kockert also described his own troops. Attitude and morale of the troops was good, and the troops accepted it with utmost seriousness. They were fully conscious of their decisive act. 2 days later, on Christmas Eve, McAuliffe had a message printed and distributed to the surrounded troops. It reproduced the entire German ultimatum, and beside it, the answer: nuts. Then McAuliffe wrote to his men, "What's merry about all this, you ask? We're fighting. It's cold. We aren't home. All true, but what has the proud Eagle Division accomplished with its worthy comrades, the 10th Armored Division, the 705th Tank Destroyer Battalion, and all the rest? Just this: we have stopped cold everything that has been thrown at us from the north, east, south, and west." Kockert recorded one more thing from the German side. The arrival of American resupply aircraft had the effect of increasing the disorder in the ranks of the attackers. Private Vincent J. Speranza was 19 years old, a machine gunner in the 501st Parachute Infantry Regiment. During the siege, one of his comrades was wounded by shrapnel in the leg and evacuated to an aid station set up in the Church of St. Pierre. Speranza went to visit him. The wounded man asked for something to drink. Speranza searched the ruins of the bombarded town and found a beer tap that still worked. He had no other container, his steel helmet. He filled it and carried it. Then he went back for a second load. That was when a medical officer caught him and chewed him out. 65 years later, Speranza learned that Bastogne still remembered the story. Brasserie Lambarelle had created airborne beer, served in ceramic bowls shaped like helmets. Speranza died on August 2, 2023, at the age of 98. On January 17, 1945, CBS correspondent Bill Downes broadcast a report on American humor on the Western Front. It's often been said that the Germans never understood the American sense of humor, but it's accurate to say that the GI can't understand why the Germans have none. He described men laughing at whatever appeared in the middle of the strain and violence of the front line. One was PFC Nathan Gorochowski of New York. Downes said Gorochowski takes great delight in telling you that he was smoking when a fragment from an 88mm shell knocked the cigarette out of his mouth, and Gorochowski added one detail. It was a lucky strike. Downes also told the story of Sergeant Robert Weister of Pittsburgh. Weister was on the second floor of a house on the front line, the best observation post he had ever seen, directing mortar fire onto German positions. After a while, he discovered 2 Germans on the other side of the same house, using the same position to direct 88 fire onto the American positions. Weister captured them. Downes said Weister will laugh when he tells the story. Downes described 18 German prisoners who heard an American sergeant joke about the order to fight to the last man and the last bullet. Most of them smiled, except 2 Nazis. They couldn't see anything funny about it.